Efforts are moving forward at both state and local levels to declare racism a public health crisis. Yesterday, the Ohio State Senate held its first public hearing on the declaration. Hamilton County will vote on its own resolution a little bit later this month.
Reporter Marielle Carbone has more on how leaders say these declarations can make a real impact.
Well, these resolutions are intended to create a dialogue at both the state and local level about racism and how that intertwines into our laws. Now, those conversations can better pinpoint the problems, help develop solutions, and then direct money to fund them. The dialogue on the streets tells you this: racism isn't so far away. It's a message that's causing chatter in governments from state to local.
That we talk to one another and we listen to one another.
Hamilton County Commissioner Victoria Parks is preparing a resolution declaring racism a public health crisis in the county. It hasn't been released yet, but she tells me it'll touch on educational efforts and community engagement. The crux of its purpose: to create a dialogue that leads to real change.
We have to have dialogue in order for us to understand each other, and more than anything, to care about one another.
Sharing background like this.
I am the second generation out of slavery. My grandfather was born on a plantation.
At the state level, there also isn't a shortage of conversations. The Ohio Senate and House both released resolutions last week to declare racism a public health crisis and call on the governor to create a task force. Tuesday, the Senate held its first public hearing. It was 11 hours long.
I can easily connect with every one of those persons that gave testimony. But there are a lot of people who just did not know this was going on.
Senator Cecil Thomas says these hearings and conversations help pinpoint the problem. That can lead to actual solutions to undo systematic racism.
When you peel back the onion on racism, you begin to see that we are making some serious mistakes in how we direct our funding.
Over the next few months, lawmakers will travel the state to define the issues and come up with various pieces of legislation. In Hamilton County, Parks hopes to share her resolution by the end of the month.
I do not want this to be symbolic. I need it to be something that will sustain, to last.
Marielle Carbone, WCPO 9 News.
We are following some